How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Jollof King. It's your boy David Otto, co-founder of Beg Trade Me, aka D for Deacon. Here's the injury update. We have some good news and then we have some bad news for you. Where should we start first? Good news or bad news? Let's start with a coin flip. Let's go with heads for good news, tails for bad news. I'm not gonna cheat. Heads, good news. All right, so the good news here is that I'll be with you guys more, making some videos, and off to the bad news. The bad news is I'm out of Durant now. If you guys don't understand the joke, Kevin Durant, I think in the 2019 playoffs, suffered a injury. What injury was you may ask? Achilles tendon rupture. So yes, guys, I've torn my Achilles, unfortunately, playing basketball. Regular sport I've been playing all my life. Would have thought that I would have ruptured my Achilles just doing something I love. But it happened. It happened to the best of us. I'm in good spirits, of course, so don't get that wrong. I'm in good spirits, have a great support group. But yeah, I ruptured my Achilles, and I'm kind of gonna give you the walkthrough on how they told me I got my Achilles ruptured. So kind of the test and kind of walk you through the solutions, the rehab, and also the post-rehab stuff as well too. So initially let's start with the test. So it's called the Thompson test. Never even heard of this test at all. Of course, I've never ruptured my Achilles tendon before. So Thompson test is typically a test that they do to test if you have your Achilles tendon ruptured or torn, right? The test is done in one way. So you're laid on your stomach and your leg or your foot is put in a 90-degree angle. So if you can kind of picture how that looks, I'm flat on my stomach, your foot's in a 90-degree angle. So let's just say this is my body, this is my leg, and then this is my ankle. So pyramid status, right? And so the doctor or the specialist there, he squeezes on your calf muscle, right? And once he squeezes on your calf muscle, you're supposed to be able to flex your foot once your calf muscle has been squeezed like that, right? So like, if you ever had like a science class, you've ever dealt with like dissecting a frog or any type of animal, once you move that tendon or flex that kind of tendon, they're supposed to be able to move, right? So that's the test they kind of did for me, right? They did that test and my leg wasn't moving at all. My foot wasn't moving at all. So that kind of pretty much told them all they needed to know. Got some x-rays, got some scans as well too, and it kind of confirmed that I had the rupture or tear, whatever term you want to use. So next, what's the next steps, right? So there's two things you can do when you have an Achilles tendon rupture. You can do a conservative treatment, which is typically just regular icing, resting, sleep, some cold and heat therapy, and some physical therapy, right? Typically that's a 12 to 16 week process for the individual, depending on your status. When I mean status, meaning how healthy you are as an individual. So basically, are you an active person? Your eating habits? Do you have any underlying disease, or basically your habits, right? So with me being 20 years old, pretty healthy, I would say. I could have gone the conservative route, but the doctor kind of gave me some things to think about as far as the conservative route. One is that typically when you do the conservative route, and me being so active that I am, there's a high chance of a re-tear, right? And so when you think about a re-tear, you're like, but once you've done all the things you do as far as conservative treatment, you think that your Achilles may be back to normal, but no. Your Achilles will never be back to normal. It will never be at 100%, but it'll be as close to that, but never 100%. But with the conservative treatment, there's a really high risk of returning because I'm a really active individual. And once it's torn for the second time, then you really need the surgery, right? So then at that point, you're in really bad terms as far as your ankle and your tendon because it's been torn twice. So getting that to be re-stretched and putting it back on that bone or that spot it's supposed to be is really, really tough, right? So next treatment option is basically having the surgery, right? Which is the arthroscopic surgery, right? And for me, I just thought about this wanting to get the surgery right away because that process is a little bit more quicker than the conservative treatment and it yields better results, right? And I want to do something that I know that once I've done the treatment, I can get back to at least 100% and not kind of worry about getting re-injured again. But that being said, both things are you still have high chance of re-injuring yourself or having a re-tear. So I mean, for me, I just thought the surgery based on the results that the doctor stated or the yields, I thought that was the best option for me. And also, you know, typically when you get an injury, everyone's always on WebMD, right? So I was always on WebMD just looking up things about the injury and what it yielded and what type of things to look for. So I just thought that based on my research and the doctor's research, that this surgery would be a good step for me moving forward. So I'm gonna be having the surgery. This upcoming Tuesday, which will be March 23rd, I believe that's correct on the calendar. It's upcoming Tuesday. It's my first surgery, so don't know what to expect. I'm gonna be under the anesthetic spell, so to say. I mean, kind of have some jitters here and there, but I mean, hopefully everything comes out well. I know that the doctor that I'm working with has really good results, and I've kind of seen his track record as well too, so I know he has a lot of experience doing this type of surgery, so I feel kind of good, going through the surgery with him as well too. So let's go into the rehab or post-surgery items. So typically with these type of injuries, it takes up to a year to be fully back to the activity you were doing. So let's say you were a basketball player, typically it takes up to 8 to 12 months for you to go back to that activity, or a football player up to a year for the activity. So basically any high intense activity takes up to a year to return to that sport. For me, being an individual that just works out, do training, things of that nature, I don't do that much high intensity running or HIIT workouts per se on a daily basis. So for me, the full recovery time looks more on the terms of 6 to 8 months. But let's kind of rewind back to the initial steps. So basically, after having the surgery, I'll be non-weight bearing for about 4 weeks, which means that I can't put any weight on my foot. So I'll be basically in a cast, then kind of translate into a boot, and I'll be in there for about 4 to 6 weeks. After I'm in the boot for a while, then I can start doing some physical therapy, and then work my way up into my own home workouts and home therapy as well too, that they'll be giving to me. Let's say about in the 8th week, since it's on my right foot, it's my right foot that's been affected, I can be able to drive within that 7 to 8 week frame after the surgery, so I'll be back up and driving then. But they said about 12 weeks after the surgery, that's when I can kind of put a little more pressure on it and put some more weight on it. So I'll be back within a 12-week time frame. So pray for the boy. Hopefully I get a speedy recovery. Hopefully I can be back before then. But as far as going back to playing basketball, sad face, it's gonna be a while before I see a court again. Probably can shoot around, but it's gonna be a while. So for now, you can call me Otto Durant. But yeah, so I'm in high spirits. So don't get me wrong, it's still a bummer because I had a lot of things planned for the upcoming summer. Hopefully I'll be back before then. But I had a lot of events planned more so around my strengths, which is the HIIT, sand, and hill workouts. But don't be sad for me. Just know that everything happens for a reason. So I'll be back stronger and better. But still, with the Beg Train Me stuff going on, I'll still be there, live and colored. So don't worry, you won't miss this face. I'll be there, but I just won't be actively doing any workouts. I'll be out there just kind of being supportive and kind of helping with all the miscellaneous items as well too. We also have a lot of dope things coming out as well too. We have a free workout event that's going to be upcoming in April. So I think you guys kind of saw some of the pubs we kind of have for that as well too. Be sure to DM us if you really want to come out for that. We'll be having some sign-up sheets as well too. Also, if you really are down with that as well too, go to begtrainme.com, create an account as well too, and DM us on our Instagram page, Facebook, or Twitter pages that you want to be down for that workout. It's all free of charge to any individual that wants to do that as well too. We'll put you down the list, and we'll reach out to you shortly with the details as well too. I'll be there. By that time, I'll have had my surgery, and by that time, I think mid-April, second week of April, I'll probably be able to kind of put some more weight on my foot. So I'll be there for sure to support you guys as well too, and kind of be a menace as well. But we still have some more dope stuff coming through this summer. We have some more training slots available too. We have some great clients that have kind of come along as well too for this transformation packages that we have on our website. So look out for those too. We have a couple clients that are nearing the end of their transformation journey as well too. So look out for that as well. But yeah, we have some more dope stuff coming out. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, Jollof Kings. Also follow all of our Instagram pages. The Beg Train Me, of course, that's the main one. Then we have the founders, co-founders, me, Damien, and Jess. You have me, Otto True. On Instagram, you have Chief of Games, which is Damien, and Call Me Texas Toast, which is Jess. The Powerhouse on Instagram as well too. Follow all of our pages on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to us. We're all nice people here. And yeah, wish your boy good luck for his upcoming surgery. Peace.